Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am a scientific expert in material science working at BRGM, the French National Geological Survey. My name is Alain Soun. First, I would like to thank the Western Organizing Committee to give me the opportunity to present you some results about metal value recovery from EAF slag. These results have been obtained by Nassima Khanna during her internship at BRGM as part of the IPAS project co-funded by the French National Research Agency. In view of the ongoing depletion of the natural resources taking place worldwide, the high demand and the future scarcity of the primary mineral-bearing metals resources, especially those which contain molybdenum, vanadium, and chromium, recycling of metals from byproducts appears as one of the solutions. Steel slag contains a significant amount of these metals. Furthermore, there is a need of more efficient technologies to recover them in order to minimize the expenses, the impact on environment, and to meet the increasing demand of these metals for the high-tech. Slag could be a very good secondary resource as they contain high amount of different metals, in particular chromium and strategic metals. Therefore, they should be viewed as a resource, not as a waste. The challenge is to be able to selectively recover valuable metals, molybdenum, chromium, vanadium, and this by using their physico-chemical properties. Slag used by the electric furnace of the steel industry and Steel France, a subsidiary of ArcelorMittal located in Châteauneuf, France. For many years, the slag produced on the Châteauneuf site and close to were stored in situ, generating an important deposit of more than 10 million tons. The IPAS project tried to secure the deposit of historical slags, but also to enhance those produced today. In this presentation, we are going to focus on the valorization of today produced EAF slags by recovery of chromium, molybdenum, and vanadium metals using hydrometallurgical routes. This work was carried out as part of the French IPAS project dealing with hydrometallurgy and phytomanagement approaches for steel slag management. The objectives are first, development of a methodology that relies on recovery of strategic metals contained in EAF slag by using innovative alkaline leaching. Second, classification of its efficiency compared to the conventional roasting process. Third, valorization of the residues obtained from IPAS slag treatment. Methodology used in this work is summarized on this scheme with three main steps. The first one consists in pre-concentration and pre-treatment of slag to make them more reactive in alkaline media. This step includes grinding and magnetic separation to recover iron scraps. The first treatment was completed by less than 125 micrometers particles size before co-grinding of slags with reagents, among which sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, or potassium carbonate, or mixture of both carbonate and hydroxide of sodium or potassium. Second one includes roasting of co-grinded mixtures of slag and reagent in order to induce modification of chemical compound included in slag. Such modification is necessary to obtain leachable metal species, and finally, the first step deals with metal extraction from leaching solution by layered double hydroxide solids, which are able to trap reversibly and selectively metal anions in their interlamellar space. Before performing thermal treatment and hydrometallurgical steps, the slag material was first characterized in order to know its chemistry and its chemical reactivity. Here is the chemical composition of slag sample obtained by X-ray fluorescence analysis. The main elements are iron and calcium, and then silicium, aluminum, and manganese. But it is important to note that chromium content is 3.4%, vanadium content is close to 1,500 ppm, while molybdenum content is more than 150 ppm. Such amounts justify the interest in these slags. The main crystalline phases determined by X-ray diffraction analysis are Larnit, a calcium silicate, Wüstit, an iron oxide, and Srebrodolskite, a calcium ferrite. X-ray diffraction analysis also shows that chromite is contained in studied EAF slags. Considering iron, Mossbauer spectroscopy clearly shows that more than 50% of iron are paramagnetic. Such characteristics confirm it could be possible to recover a high fraction of including iron by magnetic separation. Finally, scanning electron heterogeneity of slag grains are shown on these three photos. Slag grains are composed of agglomerated particles of various composition, revealed by contrast obtained by backscattered SEM analysis. Moreover, thermodynamical calculations were done at 400 degrees C and 600 degrees C using HSC software to predict the nature of the products formed by reaction of the different alkaline reagents with the slag at those roasting temperature. This slide shows the phase diagram of the chromium oxygen sodium and chromium oxygen potassium system at 400 and 600 degrees C. Such calculation clearly demonstrates that the studied system treated at 400 degrees C and 600 degrees C induced formation of chromate spaces, which are greatly soluble in water. The area of formation of sodium and potassium chromates, which are water-soluble phases, tend to decrease and shift to the high partial pressure area of sodium oxide and potassium oxide as the roasting temperature increases. The potential pH diagram of the system chromium, sodium, water, vanadium, chromium, potassium, water at 25 degrees C are presented here. The pH and potential values observed during the experiment were measured beforehand. They are respectively around 30 and 0.2, 0.3 volt in the sodium medium and 30 and 0.3, 0.4 volt in the potassium medium, and are mentioned by the red star on each diagram. Under this condition, in the presence of sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Chromium forms chromat, and in the case of vanadium, sodium or potassium vanadium are the phases likely to be formed. All those collected information seem to confirm that treatment of slag with chosen alkaline reagents are able to allow obtaining a water-soluble compound containing targeted metals. Such high solubility in aqueous media should be an important element to facilitate recovery of such. Before processing EAF sample by hydrometallurgical treatment, a preliminary pre-concentration step was performed. It consists in dry, low-intensity magnetic separation in two stages and allow recovering of 8% of iron scrap, which can be valorized in electrical furnace. In order to study the thermal behavior of slag, the presence of alkaline reagents, a thermogravimetric study was carried out. This study was carried out in an experimental setup specifically built to accommodate large samples, making it possible to ensure the representativeness of the samples studied even when they are very heterogeneous and have a large particle size as the slag studied here. Its studies shows by comparison with the thermal response of the reagent alone that the mixture of slags and alkaline reagents, regardless of the sodium or potassium nature of the reagents, leads to a reduced mass loss in the case of mixture after maintaining the temperature at 100 degrees C during 1 hour. Mass loss clearly indicates a reactivity of the alkaline reagents with the slag, which induces the formation of compounds which are more thermally stable than the alkaline reagent. It should be noted that the slag, which are compounds obtained at high temperature, do not undergo during such a treatment and do not regenerate a significant loss of mass. These results led to the choice of treatment temperatures used in this study. Temperatures which are between 400 and 800 degrees C. As mentioned previously, the applied process are composed of several. The first one consists in co-grinding of slag and alkaline reagent to aid generating leachable compounds through roasting. The duration of co-grinding was studied to appreciate the influence of such parameters. The study of the influence of this parameter, like the study of the influence of all parameters for most of the different stages of this process, was evaluated with regards to the leaching performance of the targeted metals, all of the other influence parameters being kept constant. It appears that beyond 15 minutes, the co-grinding time has a moderate influence on the leaching performance of the targeted metals. However, the highest leaching rate is obtained after 60 minutes of co-grinding of slag with alkaline reagent. The study of the influence of roasting temperature at 400, 600, and 800 degrees C on leaching rate of chromium, molybdenum, vanadium was studied for pure alkaline reagent and mixtures of hydroxide carbonate reagents. The chromium leaching rates as a function of roasting temperature for the various alkaline reagents used at different co-grinding times are presented on this slide. These graphs show the mean value obtained from the analysis carried out on triplicate tests. The rate of chromium leaching tends to increase as a function of the roasting temperature. This increase is more apparent for slag co-ground with sodium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide sodium carbonate mixture than for slag co-ground with potassium hydroxide or a mixture of potassium hydroxide and potassium carbonate. However, the best chromium leaching rate, more than 97%, is observed for the slag co-ground with the sodium hydroxide sodium carbonate mixture for 1 hour and heat treated at 800 degrees C during 2 hours. Similar observations were done regarding molybdenum recovery. About 96% of the molybdenum are leached after co-grinding with potassium hydroxide during 1 hour and then roasting at 800 degrees C during 2 hours. Considering vanadium, the best leaching rate is higher than 62%. It is obtained after co-grinding of slag with sodium hydroxide sodium carbonate mixture during 3 hours and then roasting at 600 degrees C during 2 hours. As previously mentioned, the recycling of industrial waste containing valuable compounds as metals, oxide, and hydroxide has become a major concern for the growing economic interest in the recovery of these metals. From this study, it should be remembered that EAF slag contains close to 50% of iron as iron oxide, more than 3% of chromium, 30% of calcium as calcium oxide, and 6% of silicium as silicium oxide, and then 5% of aluminium as aluminium oxide, and other metals in ppm. The main crystalline phases identified by X-ray diffraction are larnite, Schrey-Brodolskite, magnesite, maghemite, wüstite, and magnesiochromite. TGA results clearly demonstrate the reactivity of reagents, alkaline reagents, mixed with slag when treated above 400 degrees C. Consequently, the roasting temperature chosen in this study are of 400, 600, and 800 degrees C. The process developed in the present study consists of iron scrap removal from slag by dry low intensity, reduction of the particle size by crushing and grinding, activation of the slag by co-grinding with alkaline reagents, formation of soluble phases by roasting between 400 and 800 degrees, leaching of valuable metal, and finally, recovery of leached valuable metals using LDH solids. Best results obtained from chromium, vanadium, molybdenum leaching rate are summarized in this table. The best chromium leaching rate, 98%, was observed after co-grinding of slag with mixture of potassium hydroxide, potassium carbonate, and roasting at 800 degrees C during 1 hour. The best molybdenum leaching rate, 96%, was obtained after co-grinding of slag with potassium hydroxide and roasting at 800 degrees C during 1 hour, while vanadium leaching is no more than 62% in the better tested condition. For future, leaching kinetics monitoring have to be considered to minimize the leaching time of the metals. Finally, the capture test of metal anion, chromate, vanadate, molybdate from the leachates will be soon extensively carried out with LDH solids that are known to be very efficient anion trapping agents. To confirm the promising preliminary results, the obtained results seem promising in terms of efficiency, but it remains to validate the profitability of the complete process in the ongoing project. The author warmly thanked the financial support of the National Research Agency, which made possible this collaboration with partners of the research project, Ermine Spin and Industil. Thank you very much for attention and waiting for your questions.